Thank you very much for coming out today to help us celebrate Scott Wodzinski's last day as not only the chief of the fire department, but as a longtime member of the Littleton Fire Department. My name's Tom Clancy, and I'll be the deputy chief for a matter of minutes at this point. So this morning, we're gathered here to celebrate one of Littleton's finest citizens, even though he moved. So, you know, thank you to everyone who's come, chiefs, guests, members, former members, friends, co-workers. Thank you very much. Couple of just special shout outs before we get going. I'd like to thank Ashley Coffey for putting together a flyer that we sent out. She's great that way. I think her husband has some influence, but I'm able to get marketing things done in a matter of minutes. So that was very helpful. I also want to thank Kirby Dolak and Mark Corey from LCTV for, I did text him on Friday on his vacation that I needed a PA system today. So we got that done. Thank you very much. Always willing to help. Also, I want to thank the members of the Littleton Fire Department for not only what you do on a daily basis, but how they take such pride in our beautiful station. Be it we get a lot of people that come by and say, "Who does your landscaping?" The guys do the landscaping, you know, and they clean the floor, and it doesn't get noticed, but, you know, it's such a beautiful building we have that the citizens were nice enough to provide for us, because Lord knows how we would have handled the last year and a half in the old place. We would have done it. It just wouldn't have been as easy as this building is done, and all the equipment that the town provides us. Thank you very much. And I'd like a round of applause for the members for what they did, please. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Kim Quovo, our executive assistant. She keeps everything together, as anyone who's worked with her knows. And I really appreciate it. Now she's cringing. But, you know, she's a new mom, and she's such an asset to the town, and in particular to the fire department. And Tim, thank you very much for all you do. I appreciate that. And please tell me what I need to do starting at 1 o'clock today, please. Thank you very much. And lastly, I want to thank the Wodzinski family. If you're in a position of leadership in any business or any type of government position, the family's the backbone. The family supports you. And in particular, as a fire chief, you know, Claire and the kids with Scott, and just all the crazy hours and the meetings and the responding, you know, thank you for standing by your dad and your husband. Thank you very much. Don't worry, I'm going to torture you in a minute. Hang on a sec. So, first, we have a few presentations to give to Scott, and I'd like to introduce Emily Byrne. Emily is the District Director for Representative Lori Trahan's office, our congressional representative. Emily, please.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here. Congresswoman Trahan sends her regrets that she couldn't be here herself in person to recognize Scott and all of his work, but she's in Washington for scheduled votes. But, you know, the Congresswoman's been in office for just over 2 years, but our team became very fast friends with Scott under tough circumstances last year during the pandemic, and his leadership around dealing with the life care of Littleton and his team and protecting his team did not go unnoticed, and we are just truly grateful for the partnership and leadership that we had with the Littleton Fire Chief and the entire town. So on behalf of Congresswoman Trahan, I'm honored to present to Scott a certificate of congressional recognition presented to Chief Scott Wodzinski upon your retirement as chief of the Littleton Fire Department, after 32 years of dedicated, exemplary public service. Your leadership, passion, and selfless commitment to fire prevention and public safety, often going above and beyond the call of duty, has improved the quality of life for others and will forever leave a lasting impact on the men and women you led, the residents of the town of Littleton, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and beyond. Signed, Lori Trahan, Member of Congress, June 30th, 2021. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Emily. Next up, I'd like to welcome Chief Steele McCurdy of the Groton Fire Department, representing the District 6 Fire Chiefs.
Right now, he just got nervous. So 5 minutes ago, Tom says, hey, can you tell a funny story about Scott? Had I known that there was an opportunity for this to be a roast, I would have come with more chairs, would have been the first requirement. But I can't say enough about Scott. Any time that there was any incident in Groton, I certainly leaned very heavily on him in order to help us. Scott was a very selfless person that was willing to do any job that needed to be done at any point, and personally I have to thank him for that. Words cannot express my appreciation for everything he's done for me and for all the fire departments within District 6. So on behalf of District 6, which represents 16 communities in northern Middlesex County, this is dedicated to, I can't actually read it because the glare, in recognition of your years of dedicated service and many contributions to Massachusetts Fire District 6, Chief Scott Wodzinski, Littleton Fire Department, 1992 to 2021, Littleton Fire Chief, 2012 to 2021, Fire Investigation / Accountability Coordinator for District 6, 2015 to 2021, given on this date by the members and chiefs of the Massachusetts District 6 Fire Association. Thank you, Scott, so much.
Thank you, Chief McCurdy. Next up is our Police Chief, Matthew Pinard. He has something to give to the chief as well. Chief Pinard?
So thank you all for coming out today. I've now been chief for 3 years in Littleton, and thanks to Scott's guidance and mentorship that it's been very successful for myself. I can't speak any higher than I can at the collaboration that we've had together, and hopefully it's the same going forward. But Scott's been great to work with. When I say true guidance and mentor, he's not afraid to answer the phone call at midnight when I say, hey, what the hell do I do? And we've gotten through it very well. I know Scott has a thin blue line flag hanging at his house, so we decided that we'd give a little a red line and flag to hang at the house with his dates of service on it. The one big thing that I'm very fortunate of is that Scott may be leaving the town of Littleton, but he has 2 gems that are staying with me in my department. His daughter Megan Wodzinski and his other daughter Nikki DeFlemick. They're both going to be in my department still, and I'm blessed to have them both here. So congratulations, Scott, and thank you, and Claire.
Thank you very much, Chief Pinard. Next up is the Fire Department Union President, Sean Coffey, is a lieutenant here as well, and he's got a presentation to the chief from the union members.
Thank you all for coming out. Chief, thank you for being a dedicated, always present chief. from the entire union. We know you always had our back from day one, and it never went unnoticed. We'll miss you.
This many people liked you. Go ahead, have a seat. Come on, sit back down. This is the hardest thing, getting to sit. It's really difficult. Back down. So, thank you very much, Sean. Lastly, there's the fire department. See, lastly, this is good, right? Because it's so nice in here. From the fire department, we're going to first we have a little something from Mrs. Fire Chief. Claire has been by Scott's side throughout it all. And the wife of a fire chief, I'm prepping you, honey. You know, it's a difficult one. There's a lot of stress on a department head, but Claire's been by Scott's side and been his best friend, his sounding board, amongst other things. And I think it would be unfair of us not to recognize Claire. So Claire from the department. So, you know, Scott has done so much for this department. Not only as chief, but I mean, 32 years working for any organization, and how this organization has changed. So I said, geez, should I write something? And if we just talked about his accomplishments, it just flows from there. But I was, my wife and I moved to Littleton in 1996, and I kept looking at fire trucks. That's just something I grew up with. But one day in the Action Unlimited, she says, hey, honey, they're looking for call firefighters. Why don't you apply? And my training captain, back then we did all the training in-house, so I showed up in September of 1999 with a Captain Wodzinski. And so that's, Scott and I, we go back to 1999. He forgot that. I had to remind him the other day. But so anyway, you know, when you look at, if we just go to Scott's body of work as a chief and what he's accomplished in his tenure, many people who serve as chief fire officers for 10, 15 years might get one or two of those types of accomplishments done. It's a very difficult thing. He started out, he got 24-hour staffing in 2013. I mean, the town grew, we needed it. He then moved on. We have brand new apparatus. We have a beautiful brand new station. We have a paramedic level ambulance service, which not only brought a better level of care to the citizens of Littleton, but also enabled us to increase our staffing to 4 people here around the clock. So, you know, he's procured grants. He's handled a crisis like not many leaders could do. He always answers his phone. You know, it doesn't matter who's calling. He picks it up night and day. And I can tell you, as his, I've never been more proud to work for someone like Scott Wodzinski. I'm going to miss him, but you know what? I knew Scott, what makes Scott so special is that's who he is. Not sitting down, let's not confuse that. But who he is what you get every day. You don't get a different Scott Wodzinski on Wednesday or Thursday. He's always rock steady. He's always there for people. He's always willing to help. And he's available now to do pavers or walkways if anyone needs any work done. So, you know, call him. But in all seriousness, Scott, thank you very much from everyone, past and present, for all you've done for the town. And don't change your phone number, because I'm going to call you. So, and on behalf, just one sec. For Chief Scott Wodzinski, Chief, January 31st, 1989 to June 30th, 2021, unless you change your mind. 32 years of dedicated service to the citizens of the town of Littleton. Thank you very much, Scott. So with that being said, yes, Sue. Yes, I'm sorry. Come on up. Susie Q to me. Come on up here, Susie Q. No one wanted to come forward, so I was going to pass. You get up here. Everybody loves when you talk. Tell the story.
I can't.
Oh, answer the phone, will you? You know?
Scott was a neighbor of mine for many, many years. Then he left, I left, he came back, he left, you know. So we'll miss him as a neighbor, but in particularly, and Claire too, you know, particularly for just being a friend in the town. Great work, you know, between the employees. So we got together and we have a basket here for Scott and Claire. And we heard you like to have a little glass of, you know, something. I'm not saying what. Something once in a while. And we heard that Scott liked to do snacks. So all this is for Scott and Claire. Okay. And the glasses. Okay. And if you look very carefully, this little green bills in here. So thank you for everything you've done for our town. We really appreciate it. And thank you to Nancy Glencross for doing all the work. Can I have a hug from my neighbor?
So those gifts all came from the people that work at Town Hall. So thank you very much to the Town Hall employees for thinking of Scott. And thank you, Nancy, for putting all that together in between fixing phones and computers and stuff. So stuff like that. Why don't we hear from Scott? Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I didn't put it on my list. Okay. Take your list.
I don't even know where to start. Thank you, everybody, for your support. This is overwhelming and way over the top. First, I need to thank my family, my wife, Claire, my children. Said I wasn't going to do this. Without them, they were my support. They led me through everything. They were always there for me. For everybody else here, my deputy, Kim, the guys, our board, the townspeople have been so supportive for all of our achievements, our accomplishments. This has been a hell of a honeymoon. And I'm honored to have been here, to be part of this team. It's been amazing, and I have loved every minute of it. Minute of it. We ride that roller coaster, but it's all been worth it, and it's great. And I feel that I'm leaving the town in good hands, and I hope that this team is going to bring it into the future, into the next level, as this town continues to grow. This has been an amazing ride, and I thank you all very much.
Littleton Fire Alarm on the air with a special announcement. The Littleton Fire Department is announcing the retirement of beloved Fire Chief Scott Wodzinski after 32 years of dedication and service to the citizens of Littleton. We thank you, Chief, for all you have done and accomplished in this time. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and hope you have a happy and healthy retirement. It is our pleasure to announce Littleton Fire Chief Scott Wodzinski, F1, you are officially out of service. Congratulations and thank you for your service. 1201. We love you, Dad.